understand is what a Boolean data type is. Boolean is one of the core data types in any programming language, or the main data type. Because all data in any programming computer must have either a 0 or a 1, which is not true. 0 means true, 0 means false, 1 means true. So Boolean is one of the fundamental data types in programming language as well as in Python. So Boolean is usually used to represent if a value is true or if a value is false. Right? So Boolean are commonly used when you are doing conditional statements, like your if statement, where you say if this is true, do this, if this is not true, do something else. Right? The second statement is used for is when you are doing comparison. If I'm comparing 5, say 5 greater than 2, I'll get an answer. Is that true or false, right? When you are comparing it, it's either it gives you true or it gives you false. And in logical operations, to control the flow of a program, this also ties into conditional statement, logical operators. It also controls how your code gets executed. So this is basically conditional statements, right? So there are two ways to represent a Boolean, right? You can say true. True means this value is true, and false means a particular value is not true, false. So take note that if you are writing true in Python, that should start with capital letter to be recognized as a Boolean. If it's small letter, it will be recognized as just another variable. So the true must be capital letter, the false must be capital letter. So if you type this in, say you create a variable, assign it to true, another variable, assign it to false. If you check the type of data that's stored inside of this variable, you will end up having this is true, will return a data type called Boolean, and this is false, will as well return a data type called Boolean. So if you run this, you are going to get Boolean on both ends, right? What this means that whenever you see this, it means it's a Boolean for true. You see this as well, it's a Boolean for false. Take note of the case, right? Python is very case sensitive. It's not like SQL. You have to know that anything you're typing is case sensitive. Okay. Now we said Boolean is used for conditional comparison. I mean, anything when you're doing comparison, it's that it comes out to be true or false, right? We'll dive deeper into the comparison operators that we have shortly. But for now, I think we know what greater than is, lesser than is, equal to is. Okay? Does anyone know what those mean? You know the symbols for them as well. So if we'll add some extra ones with this one. So if I say print now, print simply means to do what? To display, to output something. So basically what I'm saying is 10 greater than 9, right? It's going to return a Boolean. Is that true or false? So this one will be what? This one will be what? The 10 equals to. In Python, equals to is not, since we use this equal to, just a simple equal to assign values to a variable, right? This is simple equals to assign values to a variable. We cannot use the same equals to now do comparison, right? We have to change it, and the way Python changes is to use double equals to. So whenever you see double equals to, you should know in your mind that you are comparing the value in your left to the value in your right. But if you see a simple equal to, it means you are assigning what is here to what is here. Okay? So is 10 equals to 9. So I'll get what? Control and enter. So true, false, false. So let's give ourselves a quick classwork. Let's do some 5 more. So press B. Now let's print. So I'm going to bring something out of my head. So Timothy, give me one thing we're going to test. me a number we are going to compare. 7 equals to 8. Alright, let's do another one. Marvelous, give me a number. What? 16. 15. 16 greater than 14. Okay. Collins, give me one more. Let's end it here. Your partner's giving me 12 less than 2. Okay, so this will return what? Let's answer it now. What will you? Yeah? Collins. Collins, you say it's true. All of them are false. This will be true. False, true, true. Okay, false, true, false. So 16 is greater than 14, but 12 is not less than 2. So that's true. Okay, the other thing we said it allows us to do is to do comparison to conditional statements. Conditional statement simply means a statement that a condition must be met before that statement will be run. Right? So in this example, we have this if statement. This condition, this B greater than A must be met, must be true before this statement will be wrong. So therefore, this statement is conditional statement depending on this condition to be true. Are you getting it? Everything here now depends on this to be true. That's why it's called a conditional statement. Condition must be met before that statement can be wrong. If the condition is not met, to just keep it and run something else. If there's an else, you will run the else. When there's no else, you just go down and do something else. If there's something else, that's what it's going to do. Okay, now, so what we did here was very simple. We assigned A to 20. We assigned B to 30. And we are going to ask, is B greater than A? So from your own understanding, is B greater than A? Yes, right? So what does that mean for this condition now? When true, B is greater than A. Perfect. So let's change it to a condition where that becomes false. So let's make this 200 and run this. Okay? So B is no longer greater than A. This condition becomes false. And once a condition is false and you have an if state and else close to that if statement, automatically is what is in the else that will be run. So the else is more like a fallback. It's more like a fallback. This else is more like a fallback. If this one is not true, the else will be run regardless. But if this is true, to just ignore the else and do go. Maybe there's something at the bottom here.
If there is no else, you will give it.
It will not give you. Else is more of a fallback. You can have it, you cannot have it. It's a fallback that you will see something at the end of the day. I would recommend you always add your else, but it will help you so that in case you make a mistake, you see it on time. When you are writing code most of the time, you are not just writing one of this if statement might probably be assisting another statement you are going to write somewhere else. Okay? So if you write something as if true, it only works when it's true, and other than that, it doesn't work again. You might have a situation where you've written your code, you tested it once that is working, but when it's now not true, you now be having it. So it's good you have a condition that will, something that will happen when it's true, as well as something that will happen when it's not true. Just a fallback. You know, when maybe you go, you write exam, right? You're targeting, you get A, you now say bad as bad, and get 40, not the fear, not the carry. It's the same thing. The else is just like bad as bad. This one was happening. Just say fine. So let me, if If this one is true, this will run, then it will ignore this one. Since this is no longer effective, it's true. Just run it, then to go back to which is everything on this edge. Follows there, run it. Check if this is true, to run this. If it's not true, go here, run this. But if this is true, to just go here, run this, and go all the way down. Start from here. Okay? If this one is true now, to run what is here, then you skip this else. Then go back to the normal way it runs code, which is everything on this edge here. So if I run this, that final will always be run, regardless if it's true or false. I make this false to always be run. Okay? Then let me just delete this else. So you see that regardless of even if the else is not there, this will still run. Let me make this false. But now when it's false, I will not get anything. I see it. So I recommend you always add your else. So there's a function that is used to evaluate if a value is either true or false. Okay? This function evaluates any value if it's true or false. Any value in Python, let me say almost all values in Python are true. If a value contains something is true in Python, just take that at the back of your mind. If a value contains numbers, it's true most of the time. But there are exceptions where values will be considered as not true, which we get to after we're done with this one. So this bool function, when you put a value inside of it, to evaluate if that value is true value or it's a false value. So hello, this text, hello, it will be evaluated to true because it contains something. But this condition, what will be evaluated to? 15 less than 9. False. Evaluates to false. So there are situations where you might need to test if. Let me bring an example. Let me just talk about other value. I'll tell you the example in my mind. So like I was saying, most values are true, and almost all values in Python is regarded as true. And any string, if you have a string value, like hello, for example, my name is anything that is inside the string. If I put it inside of that boolean function, it will evaluate to true. The only string that will evaluate to false is an empty string. I just put quotes, there's nothing inside, to be evaluated to false. Then any number, 1, 2, to billion, any amount is true, except 0. 0 is evaluated to false. Then any set dictionary, as long as it contains a value, right, it's evaluated to true. If it doesn't contain anything, then it's evaluated to false. So this string that has ABC is evaluated to what? If I evaluate it using the boolean, I check it. Is it true or false? Using this boolean function, what will I get? True. Because it has, the string is not empty. This number 1, 2, and 3. Then this list, we'll talk about this more comprehensively, but just be taking note of what you are seeing. This is a list because of this square bracket and items separated by comma. So this is a list that has 3 items. It's not empty. So it's either evaluated to true or false. True. The square brackets. Anything with in Python, when you see something like this, square brackets, it has these are items. So this is the list. Look at this normal indirect distribution. This normally have 1 item, 2 items, 3 items, 4 items, this and this. So in Python, the only difference is that it's covered with square brackets. So all these items are grouped into one. So I can assign this to a value. Let's say I want to have a list of people in this class. I'll put your name inside the square brackets. Always Mary, Marvelous, Timothy, put your name inside the square bracket, and I'll group it to a group. And I'll send it to a variable called data analysis class. So if I want to get everybody in this class, I'll just refer to the data analysis class. And all your names in that list and get it and access it. So that's the list. What you take note when I'm putting this is this square bracket. So this square bracket to this square bracket is the list. Then I'm now evaluating this entire list to check if it's true or false. Since it has values inside of it, it's not true. Then there are some situations where when you're evaluating a value comes false. This Boolean function we evaluate to false.